money. I don't care if you went to, got an Airbnb in the Lake of the Ozarks and it cost you $200 to do that, and you're just out there in your bathing suit and you're looking good, like in your stuff, and you're not cutting wood. And you're, I mean, I'm not saying like we can't do those things, but because we feel we are so strong and we have to have this persona about, oh, I have to do everything for myself, and that's not everybody, but I can speak for myself. I've been there to get it. Okay.
And that's so like that's one of the things in my practice is I want people to feel like they have permission to be their own authentic self. And
Yes.
so I think that happens a lot in the Black community where we feel like we don't have that permission. And
Yes.
whether the comments are you're trying to be soft, you're trying to be white,
Exactly.
you're trying to be
Yes.
this. And
Yes.
it's like, I can't hide my blackness. Like I look black, like I can't really hide that.
No.
What is blackness, and then like why can't we have the permission to have our own individuality within it?
Yes.
And so I think that's if if we that's just something, especially for women, a lot of times um
Mm-hmm.
in session I want them to move to their authentic self and
Yes.
be powerful.
Yes. Yes. There is a trend with the soft luxury of the Black women. And I love it. And I know it's like, well, everybody doesn't have all that money. I don't care if you went to, got an Airbnb in the Lake of the Ozarks and it cost you $200 to do that, and you're just out there in your bathing suit and you're looking good, like in your stuff, and you're not cutting wood. And you're, I mean, I'm not saying like we can't do those things, but because we feel we are so strong and we have to have this persona about, oh, I have to do everything for myself, and that's not everybody, but I can speak for myself. I've been there, right? I've been that one, change my own oil, my tires, doing, no. When I see my husband, I act like I can't do anything. I mean, like, oh, I can't.
You're like, sorry, I don't know how to do that. You did that for me, even though I know how to
Right.
do. Yeah, but that gives you, some
Yeah.
permission, probably for him to step into a role that he might want to step into, and then for you to step
Right.
into a different role. And yeah, I
Yes.
just really hope I even say things like small things like when it was time when I didn't have any money, and I would go walk through the mall and I'm like, okay, I can't have this, I can't have that. But I go into Bath and Body Works and test all of the lotion.
Oh yeah. Like,
Just
yeah. Yes.
let me
Like,
test
oh,
it.
so
Let me
perfect.
test it. I don't
Yes.
have any money. Miss, do you want anything? No. Can I help you with anything? No.
No, just let me smell
Let me smell.
and think and dream.
Right.
Yeah. No,
Right.
but seriously, yes, I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
I
So
do.
we've all been
Yeah.
there. Like if we can let our clients, move to that self-acceptance, that
Yes.
that's really what, especially for Black women, if we can move into that self-acceptance, like we can do so much
Yes.
in this world.
Yes. That's why I got certified in hypnotherapy too, because
So
um I feel like that's gonna help deal with the inner child. It's gonna help deal with those like we just come in this world with these preconceived notions a little bit, and then we get it drilled into us, and those are not on accident. It's a lot of past life stuff. It's a lot of things that we forgot but our body remembers.
yeah.
So when we do the hypnotherapy, they're like, that's why that happens. That's why I'm in competition with her, because this was the past, like, like the, I just love it. And it's like, because people are like, well, what does marriage and family therapy have to do with hypno? I said, it has a lot to do with it, because
Yeah.
I can get deeper into the core of things. And they're like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was afraid at first because stigma, but I was like, I don't even care.
Don't care, don't care. Like I'm trying to find the best way so I don't insult our industry as the therapy industry and the counseling
Oh
profession,
yeah.
because I don't want to insult the training and the things that we have to do. But I do think we need to move to a space where we are out of the box. We need to start thinking
Yes.
out of the box because our clients are thinking outside of the box already. They're on TikTok, they're on social media, they're reading things.
Mhm.
Clients come to me with, oh, I saw this TikTok and let's talk about anxious. They're coming with me with the information, to me with the
Yes.
information. They're saying, let's talk about anxious attachment and attachment styles because I saw that on TikTok. And
Yeah.
so we have to just pivot and understand that we can be therapist and so we can be therapist and hypnotherapist, we can be therapist and coach, we can be therapist and whatever, you want to come up with. Um
Yes.
and this is in a business standpoint. I'm not talking about if you are a therapist
Yes.
who wants to work in residential or wants to work for a job and then you just want to do that.
Yes.
That's totally fine and you just stick with that.
Right.
But to run a business and to run whether it's a private practice, whether it's some sort of like outside of that box, you have to think outside the box. You have to be very clear on who you are because your client is going to want.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so I think like, there's tons of ethical dilemmas that can come up, and you should be aware of that. Your training should teach you that. But at the same
Yes.
time, we should not limit ourselves because we're the best people to think outside
Mhm.
the box. We know
Mm.
when the client comes to us and they're like you're in a hypnotherapy session and when that
Mhm.
client is doing something that you're like, oh well, they need something else. They need a psychiatrist, they need something. We have the training for that. And there are so many people out there who are just doing coaching or just doing, hypnotherapy and not
Yes.
having the background. And then
Mhm.
like they're lost. They
Right.
don't know what happened when that person starts doing
Yes.
something, disassociating. They don't know what to do. And
Yes.
we know what to do because of our training.
Yes.